why did the original Constitution not include a Bill of Rights? My name is Savannah Eccles Johnson. I'm a scholar of American political thought and constitutionalism. So in Federalist Paper 84, Hamilton is just kind of wrapping up loose ends, anti-Federalist arguments that he hasn't gotten around to addressing yet. And one of those arguments is that the Constitution lacks a Bill of Rights. And Hamilton says, look, you don't need a Bill of Rights. A Bill of Rights is a stupid idea for at least 4 reasons. 1, the Constitution already guarantees certain rights. For example, habeas corpus and the right to a trial by jury in criminal cases, and a complete prohibition on granting titles of nobility. Second, a Bill of Rights doesn't really make any sense in a constitutional system. It makes a lot of sense in a monarchical system where the people are reserving certain rights to themselves, not granting those or giving those up to a king. But in a constitutional system, the people reserve all rights to themselves. It's their government, they're administering it. So that doesn't make any sense. Number 3, why limit powers that were never granted in the first place? You could have a Bill of Rights that says Congress cannot infringe on the free press, but Congress was never granted the right to regulate the press at all. In Article 1, Section 8, all you're doing by listing these powers is implying that they exist where they don't exist constitutionally, which leads us to his 4th big argument, which is that the Constitution is itself a Bill of Rights. It creates a limited form of government with specified enumerated powers in a complex interlocking system that checks and balances, and also that slows down the pace of government, hopefully to produce only bills which would not violate the rights of minorities. So, okay, this takes us to actually Madison's big argument against a Bill of Rights, which is that it's just a stupid parchment barrier. A constitution is a structural barrier against the will of the people, against majority faction. But a Bill of Rights is just a parchment barrier against majority faction. You can write on a piece of paper, you can't kill me. But if the will of the people wants to kill you, then they can send an arrow through that piece of paper and you're gonna die. It's just a parchment barrier. What's so interesting here, though, is that the weakness, the perceived weakness for Madison of a Bill of Rights, that psychological component versus the structural component of the Constitution, is actually what has made the Bill of Rights so important. So basically, to finish off the anti-Federalists, the Federalists say, look, we'll give you a Bill of Rights, just ratify the Constitution. And then in the first Congress, a Bill of Rights is created under the direction of James Madison. And that Bill of Rights has been fabulously powerful throughout American political history, especially as it has been selectively incorporated or applied to the states. Not because it has structural power, but because it has psychological power, because it can limit the will of the people, because the people think it has the power and the right to limit their will. That's what's so compelling. That's what's so powerful about the Bill of Rights. And that's why Madison and Hamilton were wrong.